Well, here I am out at the job site again, and if you were with me the very last time was yesterday. And look what has happened since yesterday. What do you suppose you see here? Yes, the windows. This is the next step on getting this place dried in, and I'm so glad that the building contractor, the general contractor, had lined all of this stuff up just right, and I can see up on the roof, he's got some roofing material up there, and I'll show you that in a minute when the sun is a little bit down further. And we're gonna take a look at this. And remember before they had this paper down low. Okay, and then they had another layer, this first layer down first, and then they installed the windows over it. And isn't that something? The flashing here for windows now is plastic. Years ago it was metal. Isn't that something? And there's even little holes where they would put their screws. See there? And after they installed that over that, they put an extra layer of this white plastic over the top of the flange, and then they ran the top bit over that so that when it rains, boom, the water hits on top of that. Like if it gets behind the stucco, let's say, okay, then it will hit that, then it will come down and it will hit the window, and the flashing will take it around, and on the other side, if it gets beyond the flashing, it comes down on the next piece of paper, and then it comes out again. Okay, and so when they put the building wrap paper on here, remember, you were with me the other day. I was showing you the building wrap paper, and here it is. It's this stuff right here, and this is called well, it's DuPont, and it's Tyvek. It's called Tyvek, okay? And it comes in big long pieces here. See here, DuPont Tyvek home wrap, it's called. And did you know that stuff is about, I don't know what that is, how much that is now, 9 foot by 150 feet long. And they're gonna wrap the entire building that way. They have some other stuff kind of like this, but it's about half as much as this, and I don't know what the difference is between the two. I was at the Home Depot quite a few months ago, and I was trying to read all the different specs on it. It gives you all the specs and information on there. And it's like, I couldn't tell what the difference was between one and the other than the other one was about half as much as this one. I think it was like $180 for a roll of this stuff, something like that. And the other stuff was maybe 90 bucks or 100 bucks. That was a while ago, so don't quote me on that now. Okay, and isn't that funny? I wasn't going to really talk about this. See this stuff? Look at this. What do you suppose that stuff is? It's like cardboard strips, 1.5 inches thick, wide, and 1/16 of an inch thick. See there? These pieces here. I'll talk about that later. Okay, but right now I'm talking about drying this thing in, and what we saw from before. Here's the material for the roof, and you know that, yeah, that's metal. Okay, that's metal, and here's some little shingles. See these cutesy little shingles? Those are designed to be put up alongside the wall. Here's some other flashing right here. Some flashing that looks like that, and they're going to put those pieces up on the roof, where the roof goes up, like on the side right there, where the wall goes up, and then the roof goes up that way. When they do their asphalt shingles right there, they're going to run those, and then they put those up kind of up along the side too before they install whatever layer, whatever they're going to install on the roof next. Okay, but we're talking about that Tyvek paper. That Tyvek paper building wrap. They're going to install that over the entire thing, and I'm wondering what's going to happen when they get around these windows. Are they going to slip it in behind here? One layer? I don't know. See, this stuff here is sticky, like a sticky substance on it, and they put that on over the top of that, and I can tell this has sticky stuff on it. Okay, and are they going to put the Tyvek over the top of this and then down, or are they going to slip it underneath? If they slip it underneath, is it only going to be slipped up underneath at the bottom, and that's it? And how are they going to do the top? Like once they get over here, are they just going to run that Tyvek paper from there down to the top of the window? In fact, they still have. See, they ran out of time, didn't they? Here's their stuff here, and see, it's got a sticky bit. It's got sticky bit on the back side here, and they have to pull it off. They have to pull it off, and I can see on this there's a sticky bit on there, and they're going to pull that off. And see, they still have to run it. As we can see, they haven't put anything on this flashing yet, have they? Or here, or up above. And isn't that something? It looks like they installed caulking. Look at that. See there? They installed caulking behind that. That's even that. You know, so I've not seen guys do that before, but they did it, and that's just another added feature on making these windows so that they're not going to leak. One extra layer of protection, and that's kind of a good thing, I'd say. Good for them for doing that. Okay, but the question is, once they get the top pieces on, how are they going to run their building wrap Vitek paper? Are they going to run it overlap? That they're going to take that and they're going to overlap there, and then when they come across, what are they going to do? Are they going to put another layer underneath and then down, or are they just going to go right over the top of that entire thing? I'm not quite sure. Okay, that'll be interesting to see how they're going to do that, because if they put the Tyvek paper, they wrap the Tyvek paper over the top of this, let's say, okay, then how does it protect? How does it protect that? If it gets behind the Tyvek paper, then it's going to hit this, and then the water's going to drip from here behind the Tyvek paper right down on top of the OSB. And obviously, we don't want that to happen, do we? Okay, so that'll be interesting to see. And I also see that it looks like they've installed their plumbing. That looks different. This is a type of hose bib that has I think it has an anti-siphon valve in it or something. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to mess around with it. But see how far he's got it extended out there? And he had to have talked to somebody prior to him installing this to see exactly how far to extend that. And that's probably because they're going to put that brick material over the bottom of that. Let's just walk across here. And hey, I got all the time in the world here. If you just want to sit with me, show you over here. If you didn't see one of those other videos, and if you didn't see all my other videos, you need to go to my YouTube channel page, go to the main channel page, click on playlists, and then scroll down to how to build a house. You see this stuff here? This is probably this is what's going to be installed from this orange line on down, okay, and from here over to there, and then across the front of the house too. So see the thickness of it. You got this wood, the plywood, and then you got a layer of wire and some concrete, and then you've got this this rock, okay, and so that's why he's got the hose bib out that far. You remember before they had screwed this in. They had screwed that in right across the top, just to give the contractor an idea. It's like, hey, this is what we have in mind here. Is that going to be okay with you? And he probably had to get it signed off by the actual building owner, okay? And they said, yeah. I think they probably said yes, let's go for it. Now here's some stuff. I'm not quite sure what these things are. Might have something to do with the windows when they came on the truck or something. I don't know. But see, this they had right up here, and they screwed it right there. They should have screwed it somewhere else. I would have screwed it somewhere else, but they put it right there, and then they had to unscrew it. They took it off, and see how they unscrewed it there. And maybe it all came in one go. I thought they had actually built that in place, because I saw this top bit. They might have just taken this whole thing as a sample, and then they'll take it to the next job. Because see, here's some more screws here that they just screwed it on there. And so anyways, that's my guess is that is the one that has been authorized. And from this orange line on down, they're going to have something like that. I think that's going to look really good. And who knows? I have no idea what the stucco color is going to look like or anything, but it'll probably be some sort of tinge that will match this to a certain extent. Okay, but anyways, here's your windows. Isn't that nice? These are from Anderson, and this one happens to slide open. Isn't that funny? That's into the garage. I'm not sure why they did that, other than this first main garage area. They're going to have a big, huge motorhome in here, because you'll see this is a four-car garage, and 3 of them are singles. And look at this big garage door. Look at that. It's about 12 feet. I'm guessing it's 12 feet tall. These are probably 9 feet, is my guess. And this is probably 12 feet tall. But you know, they got windows in the garage that open. See, all of these are going to open. Here, I see that is right there, and that will, see, that can slide up from the bottom. And that's something. I'm not actually quite sure, other than maybe the motorhome, when it's in here, the guy wants to work in here, and he wanted extra air. For all I know, I have no clue, because here's another window here, and son of a gun, this one, both windows here are openable. You see there? And maybe it has something to do, because this garage is so huge. Look at this. Look at this garage. Okay? I have no idea, though, if that is a requirement or not. All right? But anyways, I believe the roof is going to be asphalt shingles. These shingles here are probably starter shingles, is my guess. And I see they've got some boxes of stuff up in here, and they're probably the underlayment material for all of this. They're gonna put all that on, and I don't really think they're going to install the new roof just yet. I think they're just gonna put the underlayment on and get this dried in, so that when it rains or anything like that, all of this, the water's not gonna go inside the house anymore. And it looks like they still have to put their windows in up there. Okay, but see, you can see all these windows are here, and in order, we're talking about getting this place dried in, and in order for it to get dried in, see, here's some more of the windows. Looks like they're not done quite yet, but in order for it to get dried in, they've also got to install, look how big this is. This is going to be some sort of sliding glass door wall unit of some sort. Okay, and here's another slider that's going to go there, and then there's another slider that's going to go over there. Okay, but are those going to be installed prior to the home wrap Tyvek paper being installed? I have no idea. I have no clue what's happening with that. And here's something. This one's going to be a special one, and I don't know if it's going to be here in time. I don't know if they're going to install those, you know, next week, first part of next week or whatever. It's Friday now, and what's going to happen? Let's just say for this big one, let's just say a special order is not here yet. It's not going to be here for another 3 weeks. They want to get this all dried in. What could you do over here? You could build a fake wall here, couldn't you? If you wanted, to get this enclosed. Okay, so the rain doesn't come in here, so you can get this place locked up. what could you do? You could build a fake wall here. You could put a couple 2x4s in here every 3-4 feet. Boom, boom, boom. Put some plywood up there. Put a bottom plate up there. And nail it all. Screw it. Screw it in from the inside so somebody can't come in. You could do the same thing with these sliding glass doors. This one and that other one I was showing you. If these aren't going to come in just yet. Okay, you could do that. Right? And see, here's the other windows here. Here's some more windows. Here's some more windows. Man, it's good that he's got this all pretty much done. So and I know they're probably gonna have a special order double door system in here. They could put just some construction doors in here and lock that off with a padlock, deadbolt, whatever they want to do. And they can get, with them getting it dried in, you also need to have these doors on, and that way you can get this locked in too. You see what I'm saying? Then you don't have to worry about people coming in here, breaking in, doing any damage in here, stealing any of your stuff if you're going to have anything, if you're going to have anything stored in here. Because see, you could put another construction door here, put a lock on there. Worst case scenario, you have this whole thing open, right? Later on down the road, before they get all the stucco work done and everything, they could decide to build little fake walls here and put some plywood up on here. Get this all locked in, couldn't they? And on one of these doors, they could build it, and then they could put a man door in it, right in the middle. Let's say 3 foot by 6 foot 8 tall, 8 foot tall, whatever, so that they could still store things in here if they want. They want to bring things in here. I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to do with that. It's just different things you've got to think about. I'm just bringing these points to your attention, because same type of things you're going to have to start thinking about when you get to this stage on getting this thing dried in, because you want to get this so that next time it rains, see, everything's dry now. It was just the other day that this whole place was wet. Yeah, it doesn't take long. They probably squeegeed it out a little bit, and then today was nice and sunny, and it kind of dried out to a certain extent. I see all kinds of check marks though, like that, and I see just that little bit of rain has lifted up some of these edges, and if I stand back a little bit, I can see where the joints have slightly lifted. Look at this one right here. I can see that it's slightly lifted. Here's another little area over there I can see. And so you really don't want to have too much water on this, because this is a wood floor. If this was a concrete subfloor, hey, it would have been fine. But more to your reason that if you have a wood floor like this, because you know, you watch those other videos before that there's wood or dirt under here. This is a raised floor. There's TGI floor joists here. They have all their plumbing lines, sewer lines underneath there, even the air conditioning lines for the heating and air conditioning underneath the floor, and all that kind of stuff. If you got a floor like that, you gotta be considerate and figure out if it's in the rainy season, or if the rainy season is coming, how are you going to get this house dried in and locked up, okay, and secure, so you can start bringing stuff in here. You don't want to do any damage to your floor. You know what I mean? And so that's their next steps. I was talking to you the other day. What are the next steps in order to get this dried in? And it's putting the windows in, and they're pretty far along with that. They still got a few more windows, as we can see. I think those are the ones that go way up high even, because there was 3 of them, remember? And they were fixed panels. Here's one, and there's one in this box down in there. Those are the 3 that probably go way up high. And I'll bet you all of the other windows have been installed. We'll walk back out here. I'll show you again. I'm trying to be careful here. Those are just going to be fake ones. See, I'll bet you those are those up there. And I'm wondering, shouldn't they be blacked out? Because those are just fake. That's just for looks. And see, these are clear windows. Chances are that, you know what, they might not have installed these just yet, because maybe they're going to come and maybe they're going to put some blackout material, some window film, some window screen film that's black on the interior side of that, so that when they install it, when you look up there, all you're going to do is see black windows. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to see what's inside there, because that's fake. That's just something that sometimes builders decide to do. And did they have to do that? No, they didn't have to do that. Maybe the owner wanted that. Maybe the contractor seemed to like that kind of look, and so he went ahead and did that. Okay, so that's all part of getting it all dried in. Get the windows in. Get all your window material attached properly and installed properly, like we saw around those other windows. Put the Tyvek building wrap paper on there. Get the roofing paper installed up there, which then entails you having all your roof jacks up there. Remember, I was showing you the roof jacks for the plumbing, and the plumbing pipes, 2-inch pipe and 1.5-inch pipe. It looks like that they had run for their vents, and the plumber was nice enough to leave his roof jacks here. See, here's his different roof jacks. There's some that are 2-inch, there's some that are 1.5 inch. Those are for all the plumbing pipes. Then the air conditioning guy, he installed all of his exhaust fans. Here's some roof jacks. I call that a roof jack. Okay, that's probably for his exhaust fans. And then this might no, that doesn't set on top of there. That's something that could be the ones for the exhaust fans. And this could be for a 3-inch pipe for something else. That pipe roof jack. See, there's some bigger ones there too. Those could be for these pipes over here. See, for this big one here. Here's another galvanized type pipe. Looks like a 4-inch. That looks like a double wall, and that looks like for something else. There's a gas line for that too. So they may have some sort of unit installed on this wall, as opposed to some other stuff over here, or maybe there's a resonator heater that's going to be installed up high. Isn't that going to be something that maybe they're going to have a heater inside the garage that keeps this nice and warm? Maybe they're going to work in here. You know, when their motorhome's in here, maybe they're going to have a trailer in here. Maybe they're going to have a boat in here, because there's two garage doors here. And maybe they're like, hey, we want to have a heater in here. I'm thinking that's what that's going to be for. You know, I don't know this for sure. I didn't look on the plans. I'm just inspecting, just like you are, just like any average Joe would, without looking at a set of plans. And I've seen a set of plans here somewhere. I have not unrolled them to look at them or anything of that nature. And I think they're inside the house. Just the raw construction ones, not the permitted set, because they wouldn't leave that out here on a job site and have them all, the pages all ripped up and stuff. Where were those plans? I thought I saw them in here somewhere. Yeah, there they are. See, this could not be the permitted set of plans. It's probably, this one here is probably for the guy who's, see, here's a whole set of plans here. It's probably for the building guys or something. I have no idea. I know that's not the permitted set. There'll be stamps on it. There'll be writing on it. Those usually, they don't leave out here. Usually the general contractor will kind of keep them with them, or if there's a building manager, he'll carry them around with him. But they should have a permit posted out here. Whenever I did a job like this, we had to have the permit actually posted on the job site all the time. And I've never seen it. Maybe it's different for residential, and maybe they just keep that out when they're ready to call for an inspection, for all I know. Okay, but in any case, it looks like they're well on their way. And I wanted to come by here today because, why is that? Because I'm going to Mother's tomorrow, and I'm not going to be back for about a week. And I kind of wanted to see what all that they possibly might have done today, so that I could be up to speed along with you. And so when I get back, hopefully we'll see some more progress. Hopefully we'll see the sliding glass door installed. I don't know what we'll have here. Maybe we'll have them boarded this all up. Maybe we'll have the other sliding glass door installed over here for all I know. Or maybe this will be framed up with some plywood on there for temporary. And all of this, hopefully all the Tyvek paper and the building wrap paper will be installed on all the exterior, and this will be all white walls all the way around the outside of the house. And then hopefully when we come back, we'll see up on the roof that will be all having all the roofing material up there, okay, and dried in so that when it rains, this is all going to be protected. And with the Tyvek paper on here, all of these sections of wall way up high, that's going to have to be Tyvek paper too, okay. And then the question becomes, you've got to talk to the contractor, and the contractor has to decide what's going to happen first. Is the entire finished roof going to be installed first before they get up here with scaffolding and stuff like that to do the stucco, if they decide to do stucco, or if they do lap siding, if they do shiplap, whatever they end up deciding to do? Is that going to be installed after the roofing gets installed, or is it going to be installed before? If the stucco guys try to talk the roofers or the contractor into, hey, let us do all the stucco first because we're going to be making a mess with our concrete and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes I've seen them do that. But when they do it that way, then they have to decide, okay, if we're going to do that, how are we going to finish off the bottom of the stucco so that when we tie the roof in, the flashing that goes up the wall has to be lined up exactly the right height all the way up there. And if you get that off, then now you're going to have a hard time getting your roofing material in there, especially if you have your cupped clay tiles that go like that, or if you have your concrete tiles, they're going to be kind of thick. They're about that thick. Then they overlap each other. Boom, 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 boom. If it's asphalt shingles, it's a lot easier to figure out how they're going to finish that if they do the stucco first, then the roof. But a lot of other times I'll see them do all of the roofing first, and then they've already got their flashing all tied up along the wall exactly how they want and stuff, and then the stucco guys come, if it is stucco or whatever. Then they have to put plastic down on the roof. They have to be careful when they're getting up and down off the roof. When they put their stucco on there, they have to make sure that the stucco doesn't bleed down through their plastic, a hole in the plastic, a rip in the plastic, or having it come down. If it's in the rainy season, they have to do it in such a manner to where after the stucco gets installed, they want to make sure they have enough time for it to dry and set and cure before any rain comes, because if not, some of that stucco could bleed, run off the plastic, and then run onto your finished tiles. So all of those types of things have to be considered, okay? And speaking of stuff, remember I was guessing that they installed that one extra concrete pillar. I'm thinking they're going to pull that out because I do not think that they need it. And I think one of these days when they get all of this stuff and backfilled, I think we're going to see that go away, because it's not needed for underneath that glulam beam there. The glulam beam is being held up by this post here, and that glulam beam can cantilever over the top of there by that far. I mean, it could cantilever over further if it needed to, but we're talking maybe 4 feet over from there. There's no need for this extra, no need for this extra post. And if you don't need it, don't install it. So I'm going to say they're going to jackhammer that out of there, sledgehammers, whatever. Beat it down, throw that thing away. But anyways, I think we're up to snuff on what I wanted to show you today, this afternoon. You know what? I was just getting ready to leave, and if you were with me the last video, I told you I was going to show you in a minute what these little cardboard strips were for. And I forgot, and I saw those, and I thought, I better make this before I leave. See all these things? These are cardboard strips. You see that? Look at that. What you have any idea what those are for? See, they're only a 1/16 of an inch thick, and it's just cardboard. See, and see them all. He's got these 2 stacks there, and hopefully that'll be enough. Now, what do you suppose that's for? It's getting kind of dark inside, but just humor me here for a second, okay? I'll grab one of these, just a little piece as a sample, and we'll go inside. I'll see if I can find a place that's light enough. If not, I can show you this out in the garage, okay? I just gotta have an area where it's light enough so that I can see enough to kind of show you what these guys are going to do with this cardboard. Okay, well, in here it's not light enough, but on all of these walls, I'll go back out in the garage, okay? All of these walls, they've got all these walls installed probably a month ago or more, probably more now. And after you install Douglas fir material, when it starts drying out, it'll shrink to a certain extent. It may bow to a certain extent and all that kind of stuff. So they're going to take this cardboard and they're going to straight edge all of the walls. And what I mean by that is they'll put a level, they'll put a straight edge on these, and they'll put a straight edge from here, from left to right, and they'll put it right in the middle of the wall, let's say, on one side of the wall or the other, and they'll be able to tell which individual 2x6 or 2x4 inside the house has a slight bow to it. And if it has a slight bow to it, then on the other side of the wall, they'll take these cardboard strips, and where it's low, they'll take this and they'll staple it with a hand tacker, and maybe they figure the bow is from there to up about there. They'll take a straight edge across, and then they'll mark certain places, and they'll go to the next wall, the next wall, the next wall. All the places where the wall is bowing this way on some of these on some of the wall studs, they'll take this and they'll staple it on there. And then that means on the other side of the wall, it'll bow out the same amount, right? And so what they'll do, and what I've seen them do, is they'll take an electric a planer, and they can plane off some of the studs, believe it or not. You know, wherever they think it's slightly bowed, they might zip it up, and then check it again. Put the cardboard and staple it on one side or the other. And it's not going to be every stud or anything. It's going to be in certain areas, and they think that they have enough here to fix and make some of these studs a little bit better than they are now. Because if you don't do it now, you install your drywall, then your drywall is just going to match your studs, and then that's going to have a slight bow to it, and the other side might have a slight bow on the outside as opposed to the inside on the other side of the wall. Does that make sense? And especially you don't want something like that next to a door jamb or somewhere right in the middle of a wall, you know? And because after you finish out the wall, maybe like in the kitchen where you have all your cabinets, or the bathrooms where you have your cabinetry, or your laundry room, any place like that, if you got a slight bow, now it's going to throw your cabinets out of whack too. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what that cardboard's for. You know, next time I come, we'll take a look and we'll see, hopefully I'll remember that, and we'll look at the studs inside. If they haven't, yeah, they won't have it drywalled by the time I get back. But we'll see where they have some of that stuff, and you'll kind of get an idea of how to straighten out walls. Okay? And see, now my camera will show up a little bit better. Here's the roofing material. See, they have it stocked up there. That's probably rolls of stuff, and then there's all kinds of boxes of stuff up there. I don't know that. I don't really think that's the finished material. I think that's the underlayment, and it probably comes in big, huge rolls, and it might be some extra heavy-duty stuff that is more than just regular felt paper is my guess. I don't think that's just felt paper up there. I think it's a different type of membrane material. I've seen it on, it could be some heavy duty stuff that's kind of coated with some plastic material, to where if the roof ever does leak, this stuff will last way better than regular tar paper type stuff for the roofing. So, you know, maybe after they get these open here next time, maybe they'll have some of this stuff in the garbage pile or something, and I can pull out a couple pieces and show you. But yes, it's thick stuff, and it might actually have a sticky membrane on the back side of one layer as opposed to the next, and they put it down and it kind of sticks and stuff. And so anyways, that's probably why it's in those, that's probably why it's in those big boxes. Okay, well, that's all I have for this time. That's all I have for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. And I'm looking forward to seeing the next phase of this project. Stick around for more videos on how to build a house. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. And like I say, when I get back from my mother's, I'll be coming over here to see what they've done since I've been gone. I'm probably going to be gone, I'm guessing a week or so. And it'll be interesting to see what all they have done. I'm guessing all of that stuff that I've just talked about is going to be done. I'm going to guess that the electrician's going to be in here, starting his electrical outlet boxes, his light switch boxes, all of his can light fixtures, his ceiling fan outlets, locations, all that kind of stuff has to be thought out, has to be measured, has to be brought in here. I don't see any of that material out here so far. I've seen where the electrician has installed all of his electrical in the garage, but I see that there's nothing has been done inside the house just yet. Well, hardly anything. I've seen a couple little wires, and here's a sub panel from the main electrical panel in the garage, and they ran a big pipe over to their big set of wires, and I know they're going to be going out of that, and I don't see any electrical inside the house. So when I get back, I'll probably see some of that work done too at that point. Okay, all right, hope to see you then.